This is Conservation Uncharted, episode 5, right? Space, is it episode 5? I think it is. Episode 5, this is my second one at Wolf Conservation Center, though. So I'm in New York at the Wolf Conservation Center. They are a nonprofit. They've been protecting wolves in North America for over 20 years. So they have a couple different programs here. They do a bunch of education. They do, thank you for the $5 donation. They do advocacy, they do education, they do recovery. So they have recovery programs for red wolves, for gray wolves. We're going to talk about all of those today. Thank you for the $100 donation. So again, it's a nonprofit. All of your donations matter a ton for these wolves. We're going to talk about some of the species that they have here are critically endangered. There are very few that are still in the wild. So the work that they're doing is so, so important. And they're currently one of the 3 largest holding facilities for endangered Mexican gray wolves and red wolves, which is very cool. So I'm really excited to be here. So today is very, very special. Wolf Conservation Center reached out to me. They recently got a new ambassador. You guys are very familiar with ambassador animals, obviously, because of Alveus. They have ambassador wolves here, and they have a new one. And his name is Silas, and we're gonna meet with him today. And yes, you guys have seen it on Twitter. Very exciting. We're all pretending like he's not just adorable and right next to me. But I'm gonna introduce you guys to him while I introduce you guys to the staff that's helping us today. We also hit our $1,000 donation goal. Thank you so much. Set Range, thank you for the 50. So we're gonna start by introducing Silas and introducing Rebecca, who's the curator as well, and she'll talk to you guys a little bit about Silas. I want to put this in your shirts or somewhere where he's not going to take it.
Sure. Hello. Well, this is Silas. He is a 10-week-old Canadian Rocky Mountain gray wolf, and he loves taking stuff. Possession is everything with them. He joined us around Memorial Day weekend. He was born at a facility that breeds wolves for captive purposes like zoos and places like ourselves. And as Maya just said, he is our newest ambassador. And he will be joining our other ambassador wolf, Nakai, in a couple of weeks, teaching people about wolves and changing minds and using that adorable, incredible face. He's very curious. He loves checking stuff out, exploring, like I said, taking stuff, destroying stuff. Severing cords.
You gotta be very careful with our cords.
And if he finds this little pom-pom on this microphone, he's going to love it. Yeah.
We had him tucked into our shirts. Reagan. You guys know Reagan. You guys have met her before. Yeah, I can take that back.
Great.
Hey everyone. Yes, great to see everyone again. My name is Regan. I'm the Director of Education here at the Wolf Conservation Center, and we are so excited to introduce you all to Silas. This is actually the first time he is seeing an audience live, even though it's virtual. And Silas is here, as Rebecca mentioned, to help us teach people all across the world about wolves. So in just a few weeks, he will actually be living in the enclosure that's behind us. He will be living with his brother, well, soon-to-be brother, Nakai. They are not siblings biologically, but they will be siblings in terms of their family. And together, they will help us reach a global audience and better teach people about wolves, the role they play in the environment, but also help cut away at some of those myths and misunderstandings people have about wolves. And in doing so, Silas and Nakai will also help people become more comfortable and confident advocating for wolves. So using their voices to speak up for wolves. And I'm sure we'll talk more about that throughout our time here with Silas. But he's already making an impact. He's been meeting people on a smaller scale. And actually just this morning, he met with team members from Relist Wolves, which is a campaign that is working to establish protections for wolves in areas across the country where they currently don't have them. So specifically gray wolves out in Montana, Wyoming, and Idaho. And that is where Silas would be living if he was a wild wolf. So it's great to see the reach Silas already has at just 10 weeks old. And we're super excited to see how that reach continues to grow as he grows. And we'll see he's already, again, making good use of this area.
Enrichment.
Yes, wonderful enrichment in here. All of this was carefully created by Rebecca and our animal care team and our grounds team to really make sure Silas has a really wonderful time while he's here. He's being exposed to a lot of new things, and it's a great way to have him slowly adjust to living outside and then eventually moving full-time into our ambassador enclosure with his brother, Nakai. Rebecca, what is that?
The jawbone.
So last time we were here, we did a tour of like the whole facility. We saw some vet checks. We mostly talked about your recovery programs. We talked a little bit about your education programs, but what all do you guys do here in terms of education?
Sure. So education really supports everything the center does, and it supports other departments and other parts of our mission as well. And so our education department helps teach people about wolves. And it's a very simple statement, but there is a lot that goes into it because wolves have been a very polarizing animal for centuries, and people usually either love them or hate them, and we want people to respect them. And so wolves like Silas and Nakai, they help us teach people about wild wolves, because when people come here for a program and they see Silas, it might be the very first time they're ever seeing a wolf in person. And so that can help them better understand how wolves move, how they communicate, what they look like. Even with Silas right now, he's so curious about new things, but still also very shy and easily startled. And this is true for wolves even as they age. Wolves can often have a fear of new things, and they can be quite curious, but they're still going to have to work through things on their own. So we're seeing that, well, not right now. Right now he's scratching himself, but we're seeing Silas kind of working through that thought process when he's seeing the new camera, because he is very comfortable with Rebecca. He's very comfortable with people who have been part of his, nanny team. They're helping him acclimate and adjust. But it is also important that he becomes comfortable seeing new people, because in his role as an ambassador, here we go, he's pooping. In his role as an ambassador, we want people to see him and learn from him as well. So we just saw some great pooping from him there. But yeah, so Silas will see school children. We have our summer camp starting on Monday. So he will help educate a lot of people about wolves and our virtual community as well.
Awesome. Yeah, guys, they have a Twitch channel. You can check it out. They have live cams, just like we have live cams, except they're all wolves. Thank you for the $15 and the $5 donations. Thank you for your donations, you guys. There are a couple new people that, oh my gosh, so loud. A couple new people that have asked, they just got here, what kind of wolf is he again? And then some people are confused why there are people that don't like wolves. You want to talk about some misconceptions?
So Silas is a gray wolf. Gray wolves are one of the most common species of wolf in the world. They actually occupy the entire northern hemisphere. And in the U.S., gray wolves are listed as an endangered species across the lower 48 states, with the exception of the northern Rockies. And that is actually where Silas would most likely be living if he were born in the wild. However, Silas was born in captivity, and because he was born in captivity, he cannot be released into the wild, so he came to live with us, and he came to help us reach people. And the next question was, why don't people like wolves?
Yeah.
So there have been, for centuries, a lot of stories about wolves being scary, wolves being dangerous, and people tend to assume that those stories are true. Think about stories like Little Red Riding Hood, The Three Little Pigs. The wolf is usually the villain. And we know those stories aren't meant to accurately display animal behavior, but oftentimes people know that the wolf is scary and they assume that a wolf will be scary in real life. And then when European settlers arrived in North America hundreds of years ago, rather than coexisting with wolves, as was done before they arrived on the whole, they began killing wolves. And this led to just continued persecution, killing wolves for fun, out of fear and misunderstanding. But there is no reason to fear wolves. In the last 100 years across all of North America, only 2 people have been killed by healthy wolves. To really put it into perspective, you're actually more likely to be killed by a vending machine falling on top of you.
Oh my gosh.
Than by
That's
a wolf.
crazy stat.
So we tend not to focus on why people are afraid of wolves, but we also try to highlight why wolves are so wonderful,
Yeah.
and why it's important to respect them. So we don't want you to think wolves are super cute and they can live at home with you as a pet, but we do want people to understand that they're vital members of healthy ecosystems, and that they have thoughts and feelings and emotions just like we do, and they are important to their families and to their friends, and so we should respect them and treat them as we would treat our fellow humans.
Yeah. There were a bunch of donations that came through. Dr. Mingeberg, Nightlife, Quasler, Saden Lorian. Thank you guys for the donations. There are a bunch of donations. Thank you so much. No, we don't need a vending machine ambassador. I appreciate all of your guys' donations today. Muzzy, thank you for the $25. Today we're using the Twitch charity feature, so if you want to donate, it is the same place as the sub button is for desktop users. It's at the top of the chat. If you're a mobile user, you can do Command Tip, and your donations will go straight to Wolf Conservation Center today. Thank you so much. I think he saw a bug. He's looking at it. You guys, I'm gonna test your knowledge. Are you ready? Are you any wolf experts in chat? We're gonna do some polls. What do you think? What do you think? Thank you for donating $5 and the $25. Thank you so much. So we'll talk a little more about the recovery programs they do here with Mexican gray wolves and with red wolves, and I'm gonna ask you some questions about them. Okay, are you ready? Number one, how many Mexican gray wolves are left in the wild? Is it A, 10 individuals, B, 131 individuals, C, 241 individuals, or D, 821 individuals? You should have to type A, B, C, or D in chat. Yum, grass. He's eating. He's like, what is this guy doing? Running around with the camera, following me. It's a paparazzi. The correct answer is C. It is 241 individual Mexican gray wolves left in the wild. Petroc, thank you for the $10 donation. Maddie, thank you for the $25 donation. So that is not a lot, and so we're going to talk about the work that they do here that supports those animals. Thank you for the $10, Maddie. Thank you for the $25. Question number 2, how many red wolves are left in the wild? There are 241 gray wolves. How many red wolves are left in the wild? Is it A, 5 individuals, B, 14 individuals, C, 28 individuals, or D, 110 individuals? 2% said A, 33% said B, 45% said C, and 20% said D. The correct answer is B, 14 individual red wolves left in the wild. These shoes are trash. I mean, they're so trash. It's fine. It's so fine. So there are 14 individual red wolves left in the wild. I'm not going to disturb you. You can continue what you're doing. I'm just going to sit here. Okay, 14 individual red wolves left in the wild. Next up, we have, oh no. Next up, we have how much do Mexican gray wolves weigh? I don't know these answers. They're not memorized. Is it A, 25 to 35 pounds, B, 45 to 55 pounds, C, 55 to 65 pounds, or D, 65 to 85 pounds? How much do Mexican gray wolves weigh? What do you think? How much does he weigh right now? Do you know?
He was 19 and a half pounds like a day or so ago.
Oh, it's little.
Approaching 20 pretty quick.
All right. Thank you for the $5 donation. I'm Bori. Thank you for the $20. All right, lots of guesses. I see a lot of C's in here. 50% think it's C, 55 to 65 pounds. 34% say D. All right, how much do Mexican gray wolves weigh? The correct answer, drum roll, everybody, is D, 65 to 85 pounds. How much do you guys project him to weigh? You don't know yet?
Anywhere between wide range, but I'd say 80 to 100. He's a pretty big
80 to 100,
He's
wow.
a pretty big puppy right now, and he's a little heavier than Nakai was at this age.
Oh my
so,
gosh.
Yeah, I'd say within that range.
Stealthy, thank you for the $50. Soccer with $5. Experimental with $15. Thank you so much. Yum. Wow, you're in there, huh? Just now my whole ankle, okay? All right, how much do red wolves weigh then? That was Mexican gray wolves. How much do red wolves weigh? Is it A, 20 to 40 pounds, B, 45 to 80 pounds, C, 85 to 90 pounds, or D, 100 to 125 pounds? We hit $1,500 in donations. Thank you guys so much. You're rich, buddy. Thank you for the $10, Hurricane. Thank you for the 50, Frankie. Thank you for the 5. Not yours. 20% said D. 35% said B. Good job. 35%. Okay, never mind. 44% of you said C. The correct answer is B. You good down there? Is B, 45 to 80 pounds. I need that to talk to my producer. 45 to 80 pounds is correct. Red wolves weigh 45 to 80 pounds. Very nice. Okay, last question, everybody. We were talking earlier about the misconceptions that wolves face, why people don't like wolves, or why people think wolves are a problem in some places. In areas where wolves and livestock coexist, what percent of available livestock do wolves take? Is it A, 0.1%, B, 1%, C, 10%, or D, 100% of available livestock? Ooh, a sand pit. That's so fun. 31% said B, 1%, 54% said A, 0.1%. The correct answer is A, 0.1% of available livestock where wolves and livestock coexist are taken by wolves. Very good, you guys. That's all the poll questions that I had for you. Thank you. You guys are pretty good. It's not bad. I'm kind of impressed. Finally an answer right. Hooray! Good job. Good job.